Have a nice day, students. Today we are going to learn a very new topic, that is notice writing. Alright, students, this notice writing is applicable for the students of different classes and especially class ninth onward. Okay, so the students of class ninth, 10th, 11th and 12th can get the benefit of this short writing composition very easily. Okay, students. So in this session, we shall learn plenty of things about notice. First, definition, second, format, third, some layouts, okay. And further, we shall have some examples, samples, and further we'll have some practice questions. I hope you are ready. Okay, let's start now. Well, students, first of all, I would like to tell you that what is a notice. Okay, so a notice is a formal means of communication, okay, and the purpose of a notice is to announce or display information to a specific group of people. Let me give you more detail. A notice is a formal means of communication. Communication, when you keep your views to others through different mode of languages, okay, either gesture or sometimes in verbal, and this is a formal means. So now we shall understand what is the meaning of formal means. Formal, that means official, public, where you share your views to different people without privacy. Okay. So a notice is a formal means of communication. Means you write a notice not for a single person. Okay. It is written for a group of persons. All right. Group of people. So the purpose of notice is to announce or display information to a specific group of people. Remember, what is the purpose of a notice writing? Yes, the purpose of a notice writing is to announce or display information to a specific group of people regarding different things, regarding different announcements. Okay, suppose if you have something to inform to the people, so that time you need a notice. So notices are generally meant to be pinned up. Okay, pinned up means you use a pin. So a notice is generally meant to be pinned up on specific display boards. So notices are generally meant to be pinned up on specific display boards where whether in schools or in public places. So this is not bound to schools only. So it can be used at different places, even in public places in front of a town hall. Okay, so in the British time, the notice used to be published on the town hall and people used to gather around and they used to read that. All right, after that, we shall learn something more. Notices issued by the government appear in newspaper, remember. So the format of, government notice is quite different. For your examination, it is bound to 50 words, but if it is done in newspapers by the government, so you might have seen sometimes the notice of tender or notice of something, officially that is printed, that is published, and that does not go with the limit of the words. There you can find, it is written in more than 50 words. But for the students of academic purpose, we find that they are bound, they are limited to write or compose or draft a notice within 50 words. Okay, not more than that. If you write in the examination more than in more than 50 words, so your marks are deducted. So remember this. Okay, we move further. Uh, Now we talk about the format. Okay, so look here what is here. A notice should be written in the following format. First of all, what have you to write? First of all, you have to write the name of the organization or the office which is issuing the notice. So you have to keep this in mind, that what is the purpose of writing a notice and who is writing the notice. Okay, so first of all, name of the organization or name of the office which is issuing the notice must be mentioned properly. Suppose if your school is there, so you have to write the name of your school properly, okay, either in the running hand or in capital letters. For example, if the name of your school is Woodbine Modern School, so you may write here Woodbine Modern School. All right, and further you may add the place, that is better, Davanga. Then after you have to write the term notice. So notice, this term is written quite in the center, you can see here. And sometimes it is suggested to write the term notice in bold letters. NOTICE means in capital letters. Right now here it is written in the running hand. It is the mistake of my typist, so don't mind this. So you have to write in capital letters. Okay, let me show you how. So this is the, in this way you have to write notice, 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 in bold letters or capital letters. So after writing notice, you have to write the date. And remember how to write date. So date must be written differently. Generally people write, this section writing the spelling DATE, then after, they mention May 10 or whatever 2020, like that. So it is suggested to write only date. That means May 20, well, 2020 later on. That is the best method to write date. So never write DATE, that is avoided. Alright. Further, you have to write the heading. Heading means you have to write the title. Okay. So here you have to mention the title, and that must be mentioned properly. So remember, at the time of writing the title, students make some mistakes. They write plenty of words here. So you have to avoid writing plenty of words, because it must be concise, it must be attractive, because it is the title or it is the heading of your composition which attract the readers. Okay, so this must be within 5 to 6 words, remember. Then after, students, we have to go to the body of the notice. Okay, by mistake my typist has written here later, so don't mind this. Okay, you have to write here in your copy, body of the notice. All right, so in the body of the notice, what have you to mention? So generally there is one template where it is written, this is to notify, this and that. You can use that template too, but remember, in this section you have to answer 4 questions. And what these 4 questions are: number 1, who is, organizing what and for whom? So who and for whom and when and where. So these are the 4 questions which are to be mentioned properly. Only then the notice will be purposeful. Okay, it will be successful, otherwise it will be useless. Who is organizing? That you write, our school is organizing or our society is organizing, like that. And for whom means who is the target people, who are the target people. So you have to mention that also. For example, for the students of class 9th, 10th, 11th or 12th or any other class. Okay, and then after, when is this going to be organized? Okay, so that must be mentioned properly. You have not to skip writing such things. You have to mention properly that, when is that program going to be held. Okay, and then after, the 4th question, which is to be answered very properly and clearly, that is, the venue, the place, means where. So you have to mention the venue also, the place also, where the notice is going, the program is going to be held. After that, when you have written everything here, you have to go to the signature section, students. And in the signature, you have to sign. Remember, when you sign, actually people sign in 2 ways. Sometimes people write, full name, and sometimes, they give the initials only, in shortcut. So if you give the initials, so remember, you have to write the full name at any cost. Okay, otherwise this will not be understood by the people. Okay, so you have to write the name, whatever your name is. For example, Rajesh Kumar, or Adil Akram, whatever. Then after, you have to write, designation. So this section is for the designation, and remember where it is written, just below the name. Okay, you write. So designation, that means, what is your specialization, you have to mention. If you are a student of your school, so you have to write here the student of this and that class. Or if you have any post, okay, at a school, for example secretary, okay, or you are a principal, whatever. Or suppose in the examination you are asked to write, on behalf of the principal of your school, or the secretary of the school, so you have to write that designation here. So mostly people write, head boy or head girl,